Welcome back to ZE Coins. Today's video. We're diving deep into the mysterious and fascinating world of the 2014 P Mint Mark $2 coin, a coin that has taken the coin collecting world by storm and is currently rumored to have fetched a jaw-dropping $1.3 million. That's right, a $2 potentially worth millions. Sounds crazy, right? But there's more to this coin than meets the eye, so stick around as we break down its history, unique features, market value, and how you could potentially stumble upon a fortune. The 2014 P Quarter is part of the America the Beautiful Quarter series, which the U.S. Mint began producing in 2010. This series commemorates national parks, forests, and historic sites across the U.S., and the 2014 edition focused on 5 different parks, with coins produced at the Philadelphia Mint, indicated by the P Mint mark. All of these quarters were produced at both the Philadelphia and Denver mints, with the Philadelphia quarters featuring the famous P Mint mark. However, it's the Philadelphia Mint versions that have caught the attention of collectors worldwide. The key question is, why would a coin like this, part of a widely circulated series, be worth anything near $1.3 million? Let's talk about what sets these quarters apart and why this seemingly ordinary coin could be so valuable. First off, it's important to note that most 2014 P quarters are not worth anywhere near $1.3 million. However, certain specific and extremely rare characteristics have been found on some of these coins that can dramatically raise their value. Coin collectors prize errors because they make the coin unique. Some 2014 P quarters have notable minting errors. These errors can include things like double dies, misaligned strikes, or off-center strikes. One of the most talked about errors from the 2014 P series is a double die error. This happens when the coin is struck more than once, causing parts of the design to appear doubled. Think of it like a ghost image. The doubling is usually most noticeable on the inscriptions or the fine details of the coin's design. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with a grade of 70 being a perfect, flawless coin. Coins graded 68 and above are extremely rare and can fetch significantly higher prices at auction. Many 2014 P quarters, even those that have been lightly circulated, tend to be in relatively high grade, but if you manage to find one in pristine condition, MS69 or MS70, you're looking at a big payday. Some quarters from the America the Beautiful series had lower mintages than others, though the 2014 P quarters were produced in significant numbers. However, the condition of the coin and the rarity of any minting error can make even common coins highly valuable if preserved properly. So why has one of these quarters reportedly sold for $1.3 million? It comes down to a perfect storm of conditions: error rarity, high grade, and the right collector willing to pay top dollar. Now, let's talk about current market value. While most 2014 P quarters are still worth their face value of 25 cents, a few examples have sold for thousands of dollars. These high prices are almost always associated with coins that have been graded by third-party services like PCGS or NGC, and have either. One famous example is a 2014 P Shenandoah quarter that sold for an astronomical $1.3 million. This coin was in nearly perfect condition and featured a dramatic doubling error on the reverse side, which made it one of the most valuable modern quarters ever sold at auction. While $1.3 million is incredibly rare, coins from this series can still sell for $100 to $1,000 or more depending on their grade and condition. More realistically, error coins from this year have been selling in the range of $1,000 to $5,000, and high-grade, flawless coins have fetched prices as high as $15,000 to $30,000 at auctions. These are still extraordinary returns for a coin that originally cost just 25 cents. If you think you've got one of these valuable 2014 P quarters, the first thing you should do is examine it carefully for any errors or unusual features. Look closely at the lettering, images, and edges. If you see anything out of the ordinary, your next step should be to get it graded by a professional service like PCGS or NGC. Here's a quick guide on what to look for. Look closely at the inscriptions, especially United States of America and E pluribus unum. If you notice any doubling, that could be a significant error. Is the coin in almost perfect condition? Look for scratches, dings, or other imperfections. If it looks like it just came out of the mint, it might be worth getting graded. Some coins may show an off-center image, meaning the design is not perfectly aligned on the coin. These are imperfections in the metal that occur during the minting process. Any unusual lines, bumps, or ridges could make the coin valuable. Once you've checked all these things, it's time to decide whether to send the coin in for professional grading. Remember, the higher the grade, the more money it's likely worth. So, is every 2014 P quarter going to make you rich? Probably not, but there are exceptions. If you find one in high-grade condition or with a significant mint error, you could be looking at hundreds, if not thousands, of dollars. And who knows? You might just stumble upon that $1,000,000 coin. To sum it all up, the 2014 P Mint Mark Quarter Dollar is an incredibly interesting coin, not only for its historical significance as part of the America the Beautiful series but also because of the rare mint errors and high-grade examples that have made some of these coins worth a fortune. While most of these quarters are worth face value, certain error coins and high-grade specimens can sell for thousands or even millions of dollars. We're diving into the fascinating world of rare coins, and not just any coin, one that's turning heads and making headlines for its jaw-dropping value. We're talking about a very special quarter, the 2006 P 1889 Mint Mark Quarter Dollar. It might sound like just another coin, but this one is worth a massive $1.30 million. Emphasis. Yeah, you heard that right. This quarter is no ordinary pocket change, and in today's video, we're going to explore the fascinating history behind this rare coin, why it's worth so much, and how it got to that incredible $1.3 million price tag in the current market. So, if you're a collector, an enthusiast, or just curious about how a single coin can be worth more than a house, stick around. Okay, let's start with some background. The 2006 P quarter dollar itself might not seem like a big deal at first glance. Most people probably see it as just another quarter, one of the thousands you'd find in circulation. But here's where it gets interesting. This particular quarter was minted in Philadelphia in 2006, as indicated by the P Mint mark. What's important here is that the P Mint mark indicates it was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, one of the main coin-producing facilities in the U.S. Now, Philadelphia Mint-produced coins are common, millions of them are created each year, and that's not really the surprising part. But there's a catch. The 2006 P quarter we're talking about today has a unique connection to the year 1889. So, why does this coin have anything to do with 1889? This is where things get a little mysterious and exciting. The 2006 P 1889 Mint Mark Quarter is not just your regular modern quarter. It features a rare minting error, more precisely, a die mix-up. Somehow, a coin die from the late 19th century, from 1889, was mistakenly used during the production of these 2006 quarters. What does that mean? Well, the coin features characteristics of both eras, making it a hybrid of sorts, part 1889, part 2006. Collectors went wild when this coin first appeared, and ever since, it's been regarded as one of the most intriguing coin errors ever discovered. This kind of mistake is incredibly rare, making these coins a hot commodity for serious collectors. Now let's get to the question you've all been waiting for: why is this coin worth so much? How did a quarter, just 25 cents in value, end up being worth a whopping $1.3 million? First off, rarity is key. The 2006 P 1889 Mint Mark Quarter is so rare that only a handful of them have ever been found. That alone drives up the price because scarcity is everything in the world of rare coins. The fewer there are, the more people are willing to pay for them. But it's not just about rarity. The coin's condition plays a huge role. This particular coin, which recently fetched $1.3 million at auction, was in near-mint condition. It had been carefully preserved, free from scratches and wear, which made it even more valuable to collectors. Professional coin graders look at things like luster, strike, and overall appearance. The coin in question had nearly perfect attributes, making it one of the highest graded examples in existence. And when you combine rarity with pristine condition, boom, you've got $1 million coin. Okay, so you might be wondering how exactly does a coin like this go from pocket change to millions of dollars? Well, the key is in the auction process. Rare coins, especially ones like this, are often sold at major coin auctions. These events attract collectors from all over the world, many of whom are willing to spend huge sums to add such unique pieces to their collections. The recent sale of the 2006 P1889 Mint Mark quarter happened at one of these high-profile auctions, where intense bidding drove the final price to $1.3 million. This isn't an isolated incident, either. As rare coins become harder to find, collectors become more eager, and prices can skyrocket. Auctions are often the only place where these coins change hands, and it's all about who's willing to pay the most. So, what's the current market value of the 2006 P1889 Mint Mark quarter? Right now, the coin is sitting at an estimated value of around $1.3 million. But the question is, will that value go up in the future? Experts in the coin collecting world believe that as long as the coin remains scarce and in demand, its value could continue to climb. There's always the possibility that more of these coins could be discovered, which could affect the price, but as it stands now, the coin is one of the most sought after in modern numismatics. Alright, so now that you know this coin could be worth a fortune, how can you identify one if you happen to have it? First, you'll want to check the year and the mint mark. Look for the 2006 P quarter and then examine it closely for any unusual markings or features that suggest it's not a typical modern quarter. If you suspect you have one, get it verified by a professional coin grader. If you do have a 2006 P1889 Mint Mark quarter in your possession, it's crucial to have it authenticated and graded as soon as possible. And if it turns out to be the real deal, you could be sitting on $1 million treasure. And that wraps up our deep dive into the 2006 P1889 Mint Mark quarter dollar, a coin with an incredible history and an even more incredible price tag. It's not every day that you hear about a quarter being worth $1.3 million, right? If you enjoyed this video and want to see more content about rare coins, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment below if you've ever found a rare coin, and who knows? Maybe you'll be the next lucky collector to discover a hidden gem in your pocket change. What started as a simple quarter meant for circulation now has a value that could blow your mind, an astonishing $1.40 million, but how did a modern quarter become worth so much? And what's the story behind this rare coin, let's start with the basics. In 2001, the U.S. Mint struck millions of quarters as part of the popular 50-state quarters program. These quarters were made to celebrate the rich history of each state, with designs changing every few months. The P on the 2001 quarter stands for the Philadelphia Mint, one of the largest and oldest mints in the country, where the coin was produced. The 2001 P quarter is pretty common, with millions of them in circulation today. However, there is one peculiar version of this coin that caught the attention of collectors. This version has a very unusual detail that sets it apart. A mint mark reading, 1790, which doesn't match any regular minting process or historical record of the year 2001. In 2001, a few of these mysterious quarters were discovered by sharp-eyed collectors who noticed the strange 1790 inscription below the P mint mark. This led to massive speculation within the numismatic community. Was this a mistake? A counterfeit? Or something more valuable? Coin experts debated endlessly. Theories ranged from a minting error to a deliberate rarity created by the U.S. Mint, though the latter is highly unlikely. Some suggested that the 1790 marking could have been an experimental feature or even a special commemorative marking that never officially went into circulation. 1790 is a year of great significance in American history. It was one of the earliest years in the life of the U.S. Mint, which was founded in 1792. Some believe the 1790 mint mark could have been an intentional nod to the very early days of coin production in America. If true, this quarter could be seen as a tribute to America's coinage history, *the mystery and rarity surrounding the 2001 1790 mint mark quarter grew, and collectors became obsessed. In 2024, a well-preserved version of this rare coin shocked the world by selling at auction for an incredible $1.40 million. This record-breaking sale was fueled by a combination of factors: its mystery, its historical connection to 1790, and its extreme rarity. Only a handful of these coins are believed to exist, making them among the most valuable modern U.S. coins ever discovered. So why is this particular coin worth so much? The value of any coin depends on several key factors. With only a few known examples of the 2001 1790 mint mark quarter, collectors are willing to pay huge sums for it. The coin that sold for $1.4 million was in near-perfect, uncirculated condition. In the coin world, even the smallest imperfections can drastically reduce value. The 1790 mint mark ties the coin to a foundational moment in U.S. history, adding a layer of intrigue and historical relevance. With the rise of online auctions and global collectors, rare coins like this can spark bidding wars, driving the price up to astronomical levels. If you're lucky enough to come across one of these rare 2001 1790 mint mark quarters, you might just be sitting on a fortune. Even lower-grade versions of this coin can sell for thousands of dollars, but the ones in mint condition can command life-changing sums. Want to know the best places to find one? Start by searching through your pocket change, going to local coin shows, or checking reputable online auction houses like Heritage Auctions or Stack's Bowers. Even though the chances are slim, you never know what hidden treasure you might find. So, could there be a $1.4 million coin sitting in your pocket right now? Maybe. The story of the 2001 1790 mint mark quarter is a reminder of the magic in coin collecting. You never know when a small, seemingly insignificant detail could turn into a life-changing discovery. Video, we're diving deep into the fascinating history, value, and the rare mystery behind the 2000 1788 $quarter coin that's turning heads in the coin collecting world. So buckle up and let's discover why this ordinary-looking quarter is worth so much. First, let's start with the basics. The 2000 $quarter was part of the U.S. Mint's 50-state quarters program, which was launched in 1999. It was a program designed to celebrate each of the 50 states in the Union, with each state having its own design on the reverse of the quarter. The quarter we're talking about today specifically commemorates New Hampshire, the 9th state to join the Union in 1788. That's why you see the year 1788 on the coin. The obverse of the coin features the familiar portrait of George Washington, which hasn't changed since 1932, and it carries the P mint mark, indicating that it was minted in Philadelphia. Now, you might be wondering, why does the coin say 1788 and 2000? Great question. The year 1788 marks the year New Hampshire officially joined the Union as the 9th state. The date is crucial for understanding the historical significance behind the design of the coin. On the reverse of the New Hampshire quarter, you can see a depiction of the famous Old Man of the Mountain, a granite rock formation that was a symbol of the state until it collapsed in 2003. Below the formation, you'll see 1788, the year New Hampshire became a state, alongside 2000, the year the coin was minted. But here's where things get really interesting. Not all 2000 New Hampshire quarters are the same. In fact, a rare minting error occurred with some of these quarters, making them extremely valuable. The error we're talking about is related to the way the coin was struck, and it's this tiny difference that has collectors and numismatists losing their minds. Some quarters from the 2000 New Hampshire batch were struck on experimental metal planchets, or in some cases, foreign planchets not intended for circulation. These planchets may have been from other coins or metals, causing the coin to appear different from its standard counterparts. And if you happen to have one of these error coins, well, you might just be sitting on a small fortune. Now, here's the part you've all been waiting for: why is this quarter potentially worth $1.5 million? It all boils down to rarity and demand. Coins that are struck on foreign or experimental planchets are extremely rare, and when a coin has such a significant minting error, it becomes highly sought after by collectors. In recent years, there have been rumors and reports of 2000 P New Hampshire quarters being sold for incredibly high sums, including one particularly famous example that sold for $1.5 million at auction. While not all error coins will fetch that much, depending on the rarity and condition, even a regular mint error quarter from this batch could be worth thousands. How can you tell if your 2000 P New Hampshire quarter is worth a fortune? Here are a few things to look for. The most obvious way to spot an error coin is by checking the material. Does it look different from a regular quarter? Perhaps a different color or weight? This could be a sign that it was struck on a foreign planchet. Look closely at the design and how it's struck. Any abnormalities, off-centering, or doubling could indicate a rare error. A normal US quarter weighs 5.67 grams. If your coin weighs more or less than this, it might have been struck on a planchet not intended for circulation. If you suspect your quarter is a rare error coin, you'll want to have it graded by a professional service, like PCGS or NGC, to confirm its value. At this point, you're probably wondering what the current market value is for a 2000 P 1788 New Hampshire quarter. For standard circulated quarters without any errors, these coins are worth face value, just 25 cents. However, for rare error coins, the value can be astronomical. While a few might have fetched as much as $1.5 million, the typical range for error quarters from this minting series is between $1,000 and $10,000 depending on the condition and type of error. The key is rarity in demand. The more unique the error, the more valuable the coin. So, is it time to start rummaging through your change drawer or coin collection? Absolutely. The 2000 P New Hampshire quarter is a prime example of how everyday coins can hold extraordinary value, especially if there's a rare minting error. As the world of numismatics grows, more and more collectors are realizing the potential in error coins, and values for these rare treasures are only going up. Who knows? You could be the next lucky person to discover $1 million coin. We're diving deep into the incredible history, the rarity, and why some of these quarters are now making headlines with a jaw-dropping value of $1.7 million. First off, let's break it down. The 1997 D Mint Mark quarter is part of the United States Washington Quarter series, and like all modern quarters, it features the iconic bust of George Washington on the obverse, and an eagle on the reverse. The D Mint Mark indicates it was minted at the Denver Mint, one of the major minting facilities in the U.S. Back in 1997, quarters were still a part of everyday life, heavily circulated in commerce. The U.S. Mint was producing millions of quarters each year, and the Denver Mint alone cranked out more than 636 million quarters in 1997. That's a massive number, so what makes a 1997 D quarter special? While most of the 1997 D quarters are worth their face value, 25 cents, there are a select few that have skyrocketed in value. This brings us to the million-dollar question. Why would anyone pay $1.7 million for a 1997 D quarter? The key here is rarity and condition. In some cases, errors at the minting stage have made certain quarters incredibly unique. These errors could include double strikes, off-center strikes, or variations in the planchet material. But what really pushes the price up into the millions is the condition of the coin and its grading by professional services. Coin collectors and investors place enormous value on the condition of a coin. This is where grading comes into play. A grading system, usually by organizations like PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, or NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, determines a coin's quality on a scale from 1 to 70, with mint state 70, MS 70, being a perfect, flawless coin. For the 1997 D quarter, coins graded MS 67 or higher can fetch impressive sums. The key reason one of these coins recently sold for $1.7 million was not just due to a minting error, but because it was graded MS 68. That's almost perfect, an unheard of condition for such a commonly circulated coin. Let's not forget about demand. Rarity alone isn't enough to drive the price up, there has to be serious interest from collectors. Coins like the 1997 D quarter have become highly desirable, especially when they are in pristine condition. Many collectors look for specific mint errors, or ultra-rare variations, making the coin a hot commodity at auctions. This combination of rarity condition and collector demand is what pushed the value of this particular 1997 D quarter to astronomical heights. The fact that it was an unexpected gem among millions of quarters makes it all the more exciting. Now, the question on everyone's mind: how can you tell if you've got one of these valuable quarters? The first step is to inspect your coin for any visible errors. Look for things like misstrikes, off-center images, or doubled lettering. Then, consider the overall condition of your coin. Has it been circulated heavily or does it still look crisp and shiny? If you think you've got a potential treasure, your best bet is to get the coin professionally graded. You can submit your coin to services like PCGS or NGC for expert evaluation, which will give you a clear idea of its value. Now, let's talk about the current market value. While most 1997 D quarters won't fetch much more than their face value, those with high mint state grades or rare errors can be worth hundreds of thousands, or even millions. Recently, a high-grade MS-68 1997 D quarter was auctioned for an astonishing $1.7 million. This sale sent shockwaves through the numismatic community. While it's rare, these million-dollar coins remind us that sometimes, valuable treasures are hiding in plain sight. So, what's the takeaway? If you have any 1997 D quarters, it might be worth giving them a closer look. While it's unlikely that every quarter is worth millions, the possibility that one could be a hidden treasure is enough to get any coin enthusiast excited. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just someone who found an old quarter in their drawer, it's always worth checking. Who knows? That one coin could turn out to be $1 million find. We're diving deep into the incredible history, the rarity, and why some of these quarters are now making headlines with a jaw-dropping value of $1.7 million. First off, let's break it down. The 1997 D Mint Mark quarter is part of the United States Washington Quarter series, and like all modern quarters, it features the iconic bust of George Washington on the obverse, and an eagle on the reverse. The D Mint Mark indicates it was minted at the Denver Mint, one of the major minting facilities in the U.S. Back in 1997, quarters were still a part of everyday life, heavily circulated in commerce. The U.S. Mint was producing millions of quarters each year, and the Denver Mint alone cranked out more than 636 million quarters in 1997. That's a massive number, so what makes a 1997 D quarter special? While most of the 1997 D quarters are worth their face value, 25 cents, there are a select few that have skyrocketed in value. This brings us to the million-dollar question: why would anyone pay $1.7 million for a 1997 D quarter? The key here is rarity and condition. In some cases, errors at the minting stage have made certain quarters incredibly unique. These errors could include double strikes, off-center strikes, or variations in the planchet material. But what really pushes the price up into the millions is the condition of the coin and its grading by professional services. Coin collectors and investors place enormous value on the condition of a coin. This is where grading comes into play. A grading system, usually by organizations like PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, or NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, determines a coin's quality on a scale from 1 to 70, with mint state 70, MS 70, being a perfect, flawless coin. For the 1997 D quarter, coins graded MS 67 or higher can fetch impressive sums. The key reason one of these coins recently sold for $1.7 million was not just due to a minting error, but because it was graded MS 68. That's almost perfect, an unheard of condition for such a commonly circulated coin. Let's not forget about demand. Rarity alone isn't enough to drive the price up, there has to be serious interest from collectors. Coins like the 1997 D quarter have become highly desirable, especially when they are in pristine condition. Many collectors look for specific mint errors, or ultra-rare variations, making the coin a hot commodity at auctions. This combination of rarity condition and collector demand is what pushed the value of this particular 1997 D quarter to astronomical heights. The fact that it was an unexpected gem among millions of quarters makes it all the more exciting. Now, the question on everyone's mind: how can you tell if you've got one of these valuable quarters? The first step is to inspect your coin for any visible errors. Look for things like misstrikes, off-center images, or doubled lettering. Then, consider the overall condition of your coin. Has it been circulated heavily or does it still look crisp and shiny? If you think you've got a potential treasure, your best bet is to get the coin professionally graded. You can submit your coin to services like PCGS or NGC for expert evaluation, which will give you a clear idea of its value. Now, let's talk about the current market value. While most 1997 D quarters won't fetch much more than their face value, those with high mint state grades or rare errors can be worth hundreds of thousands, or even millions. Recently, a high-grade MS-68 1997 D quarter was auctioned for an astonishing $1.7 million. This sale sent shockwaves through the numismatic community. While it's rare, these million-dollar coins remind us that sometimes, valuable treasures are hiding in plain sight. So, what's the takeaway? If you have any 1997 D quarters, it might be worth giving them a closer look. While it's unlikely that every quarter is worth millions, the possibility that one could be a hidden treasure is enough to get any coin enthusiast excited. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just someone who found an old quarter in their drawer, it's always worth checking. Who knows? That one coin could turn out to be $1 million find. We're going to talk about something that's caught the attention of collectors all over the world, the 2016 P Mint Mark quarter dollar. You might be wondering, what's so special about this quarter? Well, some specific quarters from 2016 have turned out to be incredibly rare and valuable, and one of them could even be worth a staggering $1.2 million. So, let's get into the details. The 2016 quarter is part of the America the Beautiful series. This series, which started in 2010 and continued until 2021, celebrates the national parks and other significant sites across the United States. In 2016, 5 unique designs were released, representing Cumberland Gap National Historical Park in Kentucky, Harper's Ferry National Historical Park in West Virginia, Theodore Roosevelt National Park in North Dakota, and Fort Moultrie at Fort Sumter National Monument in South Carolina, but we're focusing on the P Mint Mark quarter, which was minted in Philadelphia. While this might seem like just another quarter at first glance, some of these coins have a surprising backstory. So, what makes some of these 2016 P Mint Mark quarters so valuable? Well, like many rare coins, it all comes down to a combination of factors: rarity, condition, and especially errors. Mint errors happen when something goes wrong during the coin's production process. These errors can range from small, barely noticeable mistakes to major defects that completely alter the appearance of the coin. In the case of the 2016 P quarter, some coins have been found with rare errors such as double dies, off-center strikes, and even missing design elements. These mistakes make the coins extremely rare and highly sought after by collectors. Now, let's talk about the quarter that has everyone buzzing. A specific 2016 P Mint Mark quarter with an incredibly rare and significant error was recently reported to be valued at $1.2 million. This isn't just any coin, it's in pristine condition and features a double die obverse, meaning there's a doubling of the design on the front of the coin, which occurred during the minting process. This type of error is very unusual and makes the coin one of a kind. Error coins in top-notch condition, especially those with such rare flaws, are often worth much more than their face value. In this case, the combination of the 2016 quarter's historical significance, its minting error, and its preservation in near-perfect condition, skyrockets its value. Now, I know what you're thinking. How can you tell if you've got one of these valuable 2016 P quarters? First, you'll want to look closely at the coin. You're checking for anything that looks unusual, like doubling in the design, off-center strikes, or areas that seem blurry or unclear. Pay attention to the date and mint mark. The mint mark P is for Philadelphia, which you'll find on the front side near Washington's neck. Any coin in mint state condition, meaning it has little to no wear, could be worth much more than face value, even if it doesn't have an error. Now that you know what to look for, what's the current market value of these quarters? For error-free 2016 P quarters, their value is typically a few dollars if they're in great condition, but it's the error coins that can be worth thousands, even hundreds of thousands of dollars. In the rarest cases, like the $1.2 million error coin we mentioned earlier, high-end collectors and auction houses are willing to pay astronomical amounts. In fact, rare U.S. coins have historically sold for record-breaking prices at major auctions, making coin collecting a serious business. If you believe you have a rare 2016 P quarter, you might want to get it professionally graded. Organizations like PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, and NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, can certify the condition and authenticity of your coin, which is critical when selling to high-end buyers. For those of you getting into coin collecting, or if you just want to check your quarters, here are a few quick tips. Always handle your coins by the edges to avoid getting fingerprints on them. Store your coins in a safe, cool, and dry place. Plastic holders or coin albums are perfect for preserving their condition. Regularly check coin shows, online marketplaces, and auctions to stay updated on new discoveries and values. So, who knew a simple 2016 P mint mark quarter could be worth so much money? If you have one of these in your collection, or even in your pocket change, it could be worth a lot more than 25 cents. Whether you're a seasoned coin collector or just getting started, it's always exciting to know that treasures like these can be found in everyday life. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about valuable coins, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and click the bell icon so you never miss a video. And who knows? You might just discover a fortune in your spare change.